Pretty sunrise. Morning, folks. Well, this morning we got to run over to Hamilton, Montana for a doctor appointment. Oh boy. But had a heck of a lightning storm this morning. Check the oil here. Had a heck of a lightning storm this morning. Really a lot of thunder. Really got my dogs worked up. They really hate that. Poor things. And that one looks like it might be a little low, but it'll work. It touched off some fires, I guess, over by Hillbilly. We don't have any here that I know of. Looking on that, they call it Watch Duty Fire app on my phone, it doesn't show any in my area, but I don't know, sometimes they don't update that fast. So hopefully there aren't any new ones. And I gotta go down and feed those roping steers and unlock some buildings. I guess they're coming to do something with internet for the fair today, but I'm not gonna be home. So get that stuff unlocked and get these cows fed and get on out of here. Got back from Hamilton here a little bit ago, and I was kind of hoping we'd see something along the way. It wasn't nothing to see. Just people and cars. Hamilton, getting to be kind of a busy place. I'm not sure I like it up there anymore. But Cindy got a doctor appointment, which we won't know nothing about for a while yet. But anyway, we got back here a little while ago, and I'm plugged up between the dust from cutting weeds and the pollen from cutting weeds. I can't breathe that well, but allergy problems. But Cindy was saying, I smell smoke. I thought, man, I hope not. This morning, heck of a lightning storm. I mean, it was popping like popcorn. I mean, just one strike after another, and a lot of thunder, and it didn't last very long, half hour, maybe an hour at very most. And I used to really enjoy lightning storms, but anymore, seems like every time we get one, we get a new fire. So I don't like them that much anymore. And anyway, talking with Hillbilly, they've got one over by him, and it's on his mountain, the one he goes up to all the time, and I hope they get it put out, but I'll let him tell you about that. Anyway, about probably an hour ago, I guess, the smoke has rolled in. You can only see just the minimal outline of them mountains over there. If you really strain your eyeballs and look, it's pretty tough to see even that. So we have a forest fire here somewhere nearby. Looking on my phone app, it looks like it's up by the pass, Montana-Idaho line, and that's probably, I don't know, at least 30 miles away, probably closer to 40 miles away. Right now it's small, but those things can change fast. Small forest fires don't tend to stay that way, you know. And we did see a, what do they call them, a helicopter fly over dragging a water bucket here a little while ago, so hopefully they get it put out. I don't know, they don't fight them in the dark, and right now, I don't know what time it is, 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock p.m., and I don't know, if the wind picks up, that could grow big by morning. Don't know. I was really hopeful that, you know, maybe this summer we wouldn't have any smoke. There it is. There's lots of it. I can, even plugged up, I can smell it now. Fun stuff. So anyway, tomorrow morning they have a English horse show at, I think, 9 a.m., which means I'll have to be out here by 6:30 or 7 or so to water and plow, and I think they want some panels in the arena and this and that. But right now, with the fair coming so fast, these horse shows kind of get in my way. I can't get anything done tomorrow. There'll be too many people down there. So I'm going to grab the tractor here behind me and move some bleachers. But first, here is that forest fire app. Like I say, this one's called Watch Duty. It's actually pretty good. We're the blue dot right there. The fire is up here. Twin fire, they're calling it. Where those three blue lines come together right to the right of that red fire logo. That's Lost Trail Pass and Ski Resort. So that's a pretty high dollar place. I'm thinking they're not going to want to burn that up if they can help it. Says here it's Twin Fire is 5 miles southwest of Lost Trail Pass, so it's got quite a ways to go before it burns it up. Salmon Chalice National Forest, Lemhi County. It's only a 1/4 acre so far, so if they jump on that, that was 19 minutes ago supposedly. If they jump on that, they should be able, I would think, to put it out. But, you know, like I say, you never really know. That water bucket, I don't know how many gallons it holds. Maybe 500, maybe 1,000 at most for a 1/4 acre of ground. That's not a lot of water. And getting back and forth with another load takes time. And they, you know, it's kind of like trying to put out a bonfire with a teacup, but you got to run over to your house and get the water every time, which is, you know, 50 feet away. So it ain't as easy, even though it's a 1/4 acre, to put those out as what it seems like it should be. Hopefully they get it done. The other thing, you know, I never thought about this until I worked on a forest fire back in 2000. I got pictures around here somewhere. If I ever find them, I'll have to dig them out and show you. But our camp actually got burned up. The forest fire come down into camp and burned up a bunch of tents and things, and that was kind of exciting. The rest of it was just flat out boring. A lot of sitting around with nothing to do. But until I went on that fire, they make you take a little fire class before you can do it. I never really thought about it. When you think of a forest fire, you think of, like, my hand's the whole fire. You think of that whole thing as being on fire. It's not. It's like a donut. It's just the outside edges that are on fire. The inside runs out of wood and it goes out. It's the outside edge. It's just a ring, a burning ring of fire, as Johnny Cash called it. And that's what it is. That ring keeps spreading bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just the edge of the fire that's actually burning, which is kind of good and bad because the center is out. You don't have to worry about it anymore. There's nothing left to burn. But the outside edges keep getting bigger and keep getting further apart. Makes it tough. And then on top of that, forest fires will create, because of the heat, they create their own weather, basically. It'll start the wind blowing, and sometimes it'll even get some lightning going if it gets big enough. I don't think that happens a lot, but it can. And the fire I was on, when it burned through camp, we had it put out there on the highway. And I turned around and I look, and here, 1/4 mile across from where we were, where the fire wasn't before, it's burning over there now, because it'll pick up sticks big around as a broomstick and probably almost as long, maybe 3 feet and not 4 or 5, but it'll take burning sticks, that wind, and pick them up, carry them through the air and drop them and start a new fire ahead of where they're putting it out. So it's a real battle, you know. I mean, people criticize the Forest Service a lot, and I gotta say I'm one of them too. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff they do. I'll have to tell you some stories from that fire camp one day. But kind of reminds me of that TV show MASH. I mean, ridiculously stupid the way they run those things. But it's not an easy job, and I got to give them some credit. They do a pretty good job on the forest fires overall when they actually are allowed to fight them. Sometimes politics get in the way and they let them burn, and that's, to me, that ain't the way to do it. But I don't know. Some of them folks think it is because it kills off these beetle trees and it gets rid of deadfalls, and lodgepole pine actually has to have fire to get the pine cones to pop and germinate, so you don't get lodgepole pine forests without some forest fires. And I don't know. I can kind of see both sides, but when I go up here now and I see nothing but miles and miles of scorched earth and black timber, it's sickening. It really is. Anyway, I got bleachers to move. Okay, so I got 3 of these into place. I'm not 100% sure where they go. We have 3 more over there, but the trouble is, a few years back we put this permanent fence in here for the horse race track. And we used to be able to fit about 3 bleachers between where these ones here are and that fence over there where that gate is. This fence here, it doesn't let 3 fit. I can get 2 in there, 3, no. So tomorrow I'm going to have to step this off and try to figure out if I'm back far enough that way to do it or not. They're going to take this fence out, or at least part of it. I would think maybe leave this piece. They're talking about making this where we can remove it for the fair and still have it in place for the horse races and things, which are also during the fair. But there's only 4 posts right here. If we cut them off and sleeve them, we might be able to just lift that whole section out, and I don't know how it's going to work for sure. But that's kind of long, really. It might not work. But that's the plan. They're hoping to do that before the fair. But this Sunday, they're bringing a tent, a couple of tents maybe. They go right over here by this barrel. And that kind of bottlenecks this pretty good. If they put up 2 tents, it might really bottleneck it. So I wanted to get these bleachers into place before then, before Sunday. Like I say, tomorrow there's a horse show. I don't even know what tomorrow is. I've lost track. It'll be the 14th anyway when you guys see this. But what day of the week that is, I'm not even sure. They all run together after a while. When you work every day, it doesn't really make any difference other than trying to kind of keep organized with what's going on. So at least they're in place now. I can kind of breathe easy on those ones. Thursday, 2 of those bleachers go into that big tan building over there, the biggest one, where the horse sale is, and the 4-H sheep and the show ring and the sale ring and all that stuff is. 2 of those bleachers go in there. The 3rd one I won't be able to move until probably Friday sometime. during the fair Friday, not this coming one. No, that would be like the 22nd, I think. I don't think I'm over far enough. I think this bleacher here is probably going to need to be closer to this pole by maybe 6 feet. I don't know. Get 'em, boys. See you tomorrow, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.